What is up, everybody? It is Sam here with BFPGear.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at some PWR inserts that are made specifically by CRBN Paintball. We'll just call them carbon from here on out because, I mean, it's basically just carbon without the valves. But PWR inserts, this is Planet Eclipse's trademark, where they use these 8.5-inch aluminum inserts. So they are longer than all of the other inserts out there. But of course, everybody's also got to make some stuff out there as well. And one of the nice things about the carbon inserts is that you have two different ones to choose from. And they also have all of the different sizes that Planet Eclipse does not cover. So Planet Eclipse, I think, starts all the way up at like 693. Then it goes to like 89, 685, the 681, and then a 677. And that's pretty much it. That's your full Eclipse kit. But then with the carbon inserts, you've got like 679 going up by 0.002 all the way up to like 0.693. So you have a wider variety to choose from, which is really nice. But of course, there are two different inserts to pick from, and we're going to be looking at them. And then one of them we're actually going to put a little bit of paint through because it has a pretty big claim for just swapping out the insert, and apparently can make your paintball gun quieter. So we're going to find out. But the two inserts that we have here are going to be just the CRBN PWR inserts. These are the aluminum ones. These are priced at $24.95 each and come in that wide variety of different sizes. And it's just black aluminum with just the specs on the side. But these are going to be the ones that we want to primarily talk about. These are the FP inserts. FP stands for Fluoro Polymer. And it's really hard to say that, especially if you try to say it like 5 times fast. But the FP inserts are made of this like special coating, and they're a lot different than these aluminum inserts. So we're going to be taking a look at the difference between the FP inserts and the standard aluminum ones. These ones though are very expensive, and they are priced at $59.95 each. And we're going to try and find out why that is. So with that said, we'll see you guys and gals after the intro. All right, so I have here my personal R5, the stock barrel that it came with, and of course the stock 6A9 insert, which we're going to be putting the Eclipse insert off to the side there. Difference between the Eclipse inserts and the carbon aluminum inserts, pretty much nothing except for how they look. All the carbon inserts are pretty nice because they're uniformed in color. They're just, you know, this black anodized aluminum, and they have all the specs on them, and obviously the insert just slides right in. If you're looking to like pick up some inserts and you want to ball out a little bit on a budget and not get anything that's going to be like crazy expensive like these FP inserts, can't go wrong with just the standard aluminum inserts. Again, they're only going to be $24.95. But with that said, this is going to be the primary focus here, the FP inserts, Fluoro Polymer Coating. And the coating process is called, and I gotta look this up because like I'm gonna get it wrong every time, PTFE coating. And I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look that up. What is PTFE coating? So PTFE coating is a non-stick, low-friction coating that is applied to various items to create a durable, heat-resistant, and chemically resistant surface. And in this case, you're getting a scratch-resistant insert as well. One thing I can say about the FP insert that's kind of crazy is like, it feels a little bit lighter than the other inserts. So if you're looking to maybe get the lightest, you know, barrel system out there or something like that, I think this would probably be the place to start. But apparently it's supposed to make your shots a little bit quieter and like, I guess a little bit smoother or something like that, which I think is a little bit of a, I think claim is a good way of putting it, but the insert just feels a lot better. And then even like the internal, like that shine, that kind of like polish on the inside. The other inserts, they just look like they're polished. This one almost looks like it's kind of like wet inside. I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's almost got like a moisture to it, but it feels like there's way less friction in the FP insert than versus like these aluminum ones. Like these ones they're just not as smooth. But there's only, I mean, one real thing to do with one of these, and we got to see why these inserts are $59.95. Because I mean, for 60 bucks, you could be getting multiple inserts for, you know, like a Freak XL barrel kit, or you could be picking up, you know, the aluminum inserts or something like that. But I guess if you're looking for like that top tier performance, or maybe you're just really bougie in paintball, this is probably going to be the insert for you. But we're going to go grab a loader, a tank, and some paint. And we're just going to, we're not going to bore match our paint. We're just going to go and chronograph with like the standard aluminum insert that comes with the GOR5 that I have here. And then we're just going to pop this insert in and see if there is a performance difference. Okay, so out here, got my GOR5. Right now, the stock 689 PWR insert that comes with the marker is in there. We're not going to chrono it, like we're not going to get it shooting like 285 or anything like that. We just got a bunch of paint in the hopper here, and we're just going to shoot it, and then we're going to swap the insert to that FP insert and see if there is like a performance increase. So let's go ahead and let's get this thing going. Let's see what we get chronoed at here. All right, and the paint is, it's not bore match or anything, so that's a 246, 267, 280, 281, 279, 264. So it's a little all over the place, but I mean, we're not bore matching, and I think there's like 2 or 3 different types of paintballs in here. Happens with old paint, it is what it is. But now we're gonna do this in real time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the gun off. All right, so it's off, as you can see. Not gonna shoot, and then we're just gonna swap the insert. So let me just set this down. Okay, so that was my 689 insert. And then just to show everybody here, this is the 689 FP insert. Actually goes in quite smoother than the stock aluminum insert. So I do like that, but I'm wondering if this is going to be like any kind of performance increase or like what's going to happen here. So let's just find out. Says it's supposed to be smoother, but I think for barrel inserts, I'm calling baloney on it. 270, 270, 266, 235. That was one of those oddballs there. 272, 277. Even with this odd paint, it is actually surprisingly more consistent. I think there's like 3 different paintballs in here, but I don't know if it feels smoother. I don't know if it's like quieter or anything, but I'm just gonna let it rip here real quick and just see if there's maybe something I can feel that's different. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just an insert, right? Like, so it's just like this. It's just a barrel insert, and I'm shooting. I think there's like 3. Yeah, there's like 3 different types of like old paint in here. And as I was shooting it, it just kept everything like super straight. So I'm wondering if it's because of that coating. I don't know if it's quieter. I don't know if it's smoother. I'd have to maybe like go out to the park and like get like a decibel reader or something like that and try to figure it out. But I am noticing that it's like handling the paint better, even though the paint's like different and misshapen. And it's shooting in this like super tiny grouping like over there on the wall, which I'm like really surprised and impressed with. But I think the claim that it's quieter and smoother, maybe it's there. I'm not feeling it personally, but maybe you feel it in a different gun, maybe like a CS3 or something like that. But I think for a $59.95 insert, and the fact that it kind of helped straighten out some of these like odd shots and the chronograph readings were more consistent, I think there is some kind of truth to that claim. But don't take it from me. Maybe you should find out yourself, conduct some tests at home. If you want to pick up any of the CRBN inserts, whether it's these really cool FP ones or just the standard aluminum ones, get your orders in right now at bfpgear.com.